Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, Niger Watch family. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday to you all. Today is 22nd May 2022. I appreciate every one of you for joining us this morning. We are just going to go straight to the point on this broadcast. For some of you who followed us yesterday, you must have watched the video that we did yesterday on allegations that were poured on the senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Mike Ozekhome. So yesterday we tried to reach out to the police, the CP, and some people actually tried to ask me to call Chief Mike Ozekhome on live, but I decided to say, no, let me do my own findings before I can come back here and tell you guys what is currently going on. But the good thing about it at the moment now is that we have Chief Mike Ozekhome here with us right now. He's going to be speaking to us on all the allegations that were poured at him yesterday. As you all know, Niger Watch is known for straightforwardness. We don't practice anything to do with nepotism on this platform. We don't show any kind of biasness. We don't practice sentimentality on this platform. We'll be fighting land grabbing now for a very, very long time, but it's not enough for anybody to hide under the umbrella of land grabbing to tarnish other people's names. But meanwhile, I will be very happy to hear from Mike Ozekhome, to speak to Niger Watch, to speak to Nigerians, to speak to Edo-lites all over the world over what is currently going on right now. On the comment section, I'm going to acknowledge some of you that is already here with us. I can see my mother is right there, Mommy Diaspora, mother of all. I can see you there, Clarence Bell. Good afternoon to every one of you. Thank you very much for joining us. Israel Semuta, my brother, I can see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. Faith Wilfred, thank you very much for joining us. Sam C. Scott, I can see you right there. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me see more people. Sunday Ogbomo, thank you, my people, for joining us on this wonderful broadcast. Please, we need to do this right away. Just give me 1 second and let me quickly put this together. You know, as you all know, we need to clear the air once and for all. All right. Yes, my people, like I said before, I'm going to be welcoming in, because we have the second person that I just accepted to the backstage right now, Mr. Paul Aleoro. Okay, if I didn't pronounce your name properly, please pardon me. Our surnames are sometimes very difficult for us to pronounce. But yes, let's just move on, my people. Let me welcome Mr. Mike Ozekhome San, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, to the screen right now. Good afternoon to you, sir. Chief Mike Ozekhome. How are you doing today, sir? Thanks very much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Elvis. And I thank you all, and I welcome all of you viewers. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you very much, sir.
In the diaspora.
Thank you very much, sir. We acknowledge and we appreciate your time with us today. I'm going to be welcoming in Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, are you ready yet to be on the screen? Because I can see you are not stable yet. Okay, I'm bringing you in right now in 3, 2, and 1. All right, Mr. Paul, thank you very much for joining us. Good afternoon to you, sir. How are you doing today?
Fine. Thank you very much. It's a rare privilege for me to be here. Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you right now. I'll come back to you, both of you again. I'm going to be welcoming in my own team, Mr. Akim, a Niger Watch team. He needs to join me on this. Mr. Akim, thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing today? I can see you're driving.
Yeah, I'm driving now. I'll still be stopping. Good afternoon to you, my brother. Good afternoon to our honorable son, Chief Mike Ozekhome. We appreciate your presence with us this afternoon. Happy Sunday to you, sir, and your family. And good afternoon to the other gentleman there. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us on this program today.
Thank you, Akim. I'm going to mute you right there. All right, Nigerians, Edo-lites all over the world, Niger Watch family, we are doing this again. As you all know, that Nigeria Watch have been fighting land grabbing now for the past 3 years. It's my passion. I've been doing this, and since we've been doing this, we have not practiced anything to do with nepotism. We've refused this. And the beautiful thing about it is that we're having Chiefs, the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, here today, and it has been the name that we all have been clamoring for, that he needs to join us to fight land grabbing in Edo State, until his name was mentioned yesterday. And many of you must understand that when I came on air yesterday, I didn't know that his name is involved on the broadcast. I was already in the middle of the broadcast before I asked the audience, my panelists, and I asked them, which of the mic, Ozekhome, are you guys referring to? Before they now said the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, was like, okay, all right. So, my people, is a lot of allegation. We're talking about 130 million naira allegation, while one of them also say 160. So I'm not too sure. The other person says 63 million. That's what they received and all that. But I'm going to be playing some series of videos. But some of you that doesn't know who is Chief Mike Ozekhome, is the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, I'm going to be playing 1 or 2 videos, of his, for you guys to know who he is and what he does for a living. Okay, we have okay, Mr. Paul, we lost you earlier on. Good to have you back. We have another person right here. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but let me add you. Hello, you're on a live broadcast. If your name is Mr. Ernest, I am not sure. The noise on your background is too much. We cannot take that at all. Please, sir, mute everything, your gadgets, anybody on your background. Please tell them you're on a live broadcast. I'm going to mute you again right now to ask you where you are joining us from. I'm not sure you are ready. I'm not going to unmute you again until you are certainly ready. So I will just work with Mr. Mike and Mr. Paul and my own team as we go on with this. So, Mr. Chief Mike, I don't know how you want me to address you, sir. Should I address you as Mr. Mike or Chief Mike? I don't know.
Well, by the grace of God, I am a chief, and with all modesty, because of my little contributions as Nigerians perceive me across the country, with all respect and humility, I have been adorned with chieftaincy titles across the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. And as we go on the program, I will also, with all humility, say I am from Iviukwe near again, Etsako, this local government area of Edo State. And you would know that Edo State is divided into 3 senatorial zones: the central, the south, and the north. The south are the Benins, the central are the Asians, and the north are the Afemas. I belong to the Afemas stock. Why do I say this? The Oba of Benin, they don't give chieftaincy titles out just like that. Although we are all Edos, we are not all Benins. But I want to say very proudly, very, very proudly, most honored, that the late Oba of Benin Kingdom, the great Oba Eregiowa, a former permanent secretary, one of the best monarchs we have ever had in the world, in 2013, 2014, gave me the revered title of a Noba Hari Ode of Benin Kingdom. A Noba Hari Ode of Benin Kingdom. The best Anoba could put to a non-Benin is a bid, to give you a bid. But he crowned me fully. Not only did he make me a Noba Hari Ode of Benin Kingdom, he also inducted me into the Egaonore group, which is the prime group within the palace that represent him in any part of the world. So I am a very proud son of Edo, a very proud son of Benin Kingdom, a very proud son of Asian, and a very, very proud son of Afema. And let me also tell you that as far back
I'm
as
too
2nd of March 2002, I was given the title of Akpakpa Viki Viki of Edo land, which means Generalissimo of all Edo people. And it was done by all the traditional rulers in Edo land. So it's from that angle, I want to say thank you for giving me an opportunity to clear the air as God did for Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden by giving them a fair hearing, even when being omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, he had already seen the sin they were committing. Yet he asked them one by one, why did you do this? Why did you do this? It was after that he passed judgment. I want to thank you. I want to welcome you, all of you viewers. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that introduction. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to mute you for a second so that we can just move on right now. Guys, please help us to share this broadcast. We want everyone to hear what's happening here today. You know, it's a very, very huge. Please, Mr. Ernest, please don't unmute yourself anymore. The noise on your background is disrupting. I will let you know whenever I want to talk to you. Thank you very much. All right, my people, yesterday we had a series of complaints which happened here on our platform, you know, which we are going to be addressing right now. You know, we just hold on because I have a video I need to play. For some of you that doesn't know who is Chief Mike Ozekhome, so I would like to play, I would like to show this for you, to you guys first. Then before we take it from there, you can see that on the screen. Let me remove. You can read his biography right there. A short biography. Mike Ogbedo Abu Ozekhome is a lawyer and a human rights activist. Holding the rank of a senior advocate of Nigeria, he is known for his work as a constitutional lawyer and also an orator. All right, I decided to stop it right there. He's a young man as well, a 64 years old man, you know. Right, let's move on, people. I have a video that I would like to start with. For some of you who still not yet sure, who is he? He's currently standing, fighting for injustice, you know, fighting for Nnamdi Kanu as we speak. You know, a video that I'm going to play right now is just less than a couple of hours ago. So I want you guys to listen to this video for just 2 minutes, then we'll take it from here. Thank you.
To start with, if that application were frivolous or vexatious, the court would not even want us to move it, and he tried to even prevent us from moving the application. The court said, you can't do that. This application is before me. It was filed since 2019, but that application constitutes the very fulcrum, the very substratum, the very linchpin of the entire criminal charge and criminal proceedings against Nnamdi Kanu. He is being tried here on certain counts, and the court continuously refused to grant him bail on the ground that the earlier bail granted to him, he jumped it. That application shows that Section 15 of the Extradition Act must come into play, which is that Nnamdi Kanu left Nigeria involuntarily when they were about to kill him and found himself abroad.
All right, my people, I'm going to stop that right there. It's just an introductory video. I want you, some of you who doesn't know who he is, to know what he's doing, the fight that he has been fighting for so long. Like I stated yesterday, even me myself, we were already putting things together because we wanted to work with him. You know, until whatever that happened yesterday happened. I've never heard it before. I was surprised that his name was mentioned with this allegation. So we are going to start with him by playing a couple of videos from some of our brothers, who joined us yesterday, who came here to complain. Meanwhile, I want you all to remember that we are talking about a community. Pronouncing this community is not very easy for me. Iviukwe community. These are our brothers who came up yesterday. Iviukwe community is located in Etsako, East Local Government Area. They alleged him of 100. I believe I should stick with 130 million naira of land sale. Which the land was allegedly sold to Dangote. And they also alleged him that he now returned 63 million naira to them. He didn't tell them the exact amount the land was sold with. But although one of them as well said yesterday, they are not even too sure if the land is sold as we speak. So now I want you all to listen to this video yourself. Then we'll take it from there before we start asking questions directly. Let's start from here. Treated, how he was tied like a cow, by the police force in Edo State. So these are one of the things that we're going to be talking about. We want to know why and what is currently happening right there. I'm not too sure who I'm going to be starting with, but I would like to start with Mr. Peter Ozekhome to tell us his name, where he's joining us from, and what is currently happening here. Mr. Peter, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can hear you.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your where you are joining us from, your full name, and what is currently happening.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter Ozekhome. I'm calling from Germany.
Good.
So, what is really happening? Mike Ozekhome is my uncle. Is our father's last born in the family, in the Ozekhome family. So, what is currently happening is Mike Ozekhome and cohort at Okumagbe, they collaborated to sell Iviukwe land.
To tell us his name, where he's joining us from, and who I'm going to be starting with. But I would like to start with Mr.
63 million. Of which the community accepted. By then, he now paid some money to the community for the destruction of their clubs, of our clubs. Then I was in the village. Then after them, the Okumagbe and Mike Ozekhome and others told the community that the money was 63 million, whereas the money was 130 million. I was aware Dangote paid the Iviukwe community 130 million, of which I came out to tell the community, look, this is also an amount that was paid to us. Some people reduce the money to 63 million. So some people reduce the money to 63 million. So, other people did not know what I was saying. I heard it from my uncle, Mike Ozekhome, that the money was 130 million. But Mike Ozekhome and Okumagbe reduced the money to 63 million. When I told the community, some of them were now saying, no, you are lying. You don't have any evidence. You don't have any proof. So the community collaborated with Mike Ozekhome. They fined me. They gave me fine. Me and one more apple, of which we paid fine. They said because we don't have any proof, we don't have any proof that the money was worth 30. Of which that was the truth of the whole matter. That was where the matter started. When I paid the fine, I said, okay, since you people did not understand what I was saying, okay. Then, after them, the 63 million that was paid to the community was now distributed according to your clubs, according to your plot of land you had, and then the clubs you have on it. Then the money were now distributed accordingly. Then after that, Mike is my uncle. I work for him. I know all his secrets. I know everything about him. Likewise, Oosimi, the general chairman of the community, is my elder brother. He knows everything in and out of my secret. All of us in the Ozekhome family, we know him very well. We know what he can do. We know what he has done. This is what Mike knew, that Oosimi, the general chairman, know all his secret. How he has used Oosimi to withdraw the case from court, of which Oosimi attempted to do. before Osimi now see the light of the whole issue. Osimi now said, no, you cannot use me to be doing all sorts of things. You cannot be using me against my own community. Now you find out that the land was totally sold to Dangote, of which they told us initially the land was not sold. The money was paid for us was just for the clubs. That was where the problem started. Mike told Osimi to take Osimi to Okumagbe to give him chief KC title so that Osimi can work with him at Okumagbe. After Osimi now know the real truth of the matter, Mike have used Osimi to chase people up and down. Osimi now knew that man was diabolical, was dangerous, that he was just using him unlawfully. That was where Osimi now said, no, I can no longer follow you. Let me face my community. Since he is the chairman, he is entitled to tell the truth to everybody. Ever since then, Osimi have never slept. His two eyes closed because he was no longer in Okumagbe's side, Igabo, and Mike's side.
All right, I need to stop. Oh, please, nobody should unmute themselves, please. I did that. I did it, James. Please, I've muted you so many times. You kept unmuting yourself. Please, the noise. I need to unmute you whenever I want you to contribute to this. Thank you very much for your understanding. All right, my people, thank you very much for joining us. We have more people joining us right now, but I'm going to be starting with Chief Mike to respond to that. Our brother who was talking earlier on, Peter Ozekhome, sir, Mr. Peter said that you are his uncle. You heard him, what he was saying earlier on. What can you say about that?
Let me start by saying that I never knew him as Peter. Maybe he's using a fake name abroad.
Okay.
I know him as Imwadibo Ushule Abu Ozekhome, alias Estero. And I'm happy that he made one significant comment. He said he lived with me. Not only did he live with me, I trained that boy with the secondary school and the Auchi Polytechnic. Michael Ozekhome, with all humility, I did. And when he ran into problems in Auchi, when they said he was engaged or involved in secret courtesan and he was arrested, I was the one who ran to his aid and got him out. And because the environment was no longer settled for him, he begged me, is there any way I can help him to go abroad? I, by the grace of God, am the one who took him to Germany, where he is now, and where he thinks he can open his mouth wide, forgetting that there are international laws governing people who are also in the diaspora, even if they may not be in Nigeria. When I saw that sending him alone abroad, even though he's my nephew, would look a little discriminatory, I decided to send 7 other members of the larger Ozekhome family abroad, each from a branch of the family. Each from a branch of the family. I sent 8 of them abroad. Some live in France, some in Germany, some in Italy. So what I later saw is that all these guys believe that, why am I moving so fast? Why am I always rising? The normal Nigerian PhD, pull him down syndrome, started to play out. I'm aware of Matthew chapter 10, verse 35, that a man's enemies reside in his household. But I never knew it would play out in this dirty way. What gives me the consolation is Romans 8:31. If God be for us, who can be against us? So all those allegations he made, he knows they are lies from the pit of hell. He says, Osimi, whom I also helped to make the community chairman when people, the larger community, did not want him because of what he said was his bad conduct, bad behavior. And I said, you people said he was next in rank. Why don't you give it to him when he wanted to go for the position against the then incumbent? Won't go on. I told you, Aliahu, I told him, don't go for it. Let people, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. Why would you say you believe you are more popular, therefore you want to fight an incumbent who ought to be, a person who ought to? I said, don't. When your time comes, you will have your day in the market. So that was how he backed down. And when his time came and he now wanted it, the community suddenly rose against him, that he was a man of perfidious background, that he was not a good character, that they would not give to him. Then I told them, if you feel this man were not of a good character, why did you allow him to be the second in command for 3 years? Why are you now going to deny him of his due? So I was the one, by the grace of God, who prevailed on the community and begged them and counseled them to let him be. Even the previous one, they still wanted to bring him back again, the same Gowon Okwetu Aliakwe. I said, it's wrong. So I am surprised that guy will be talking about secrets. Which secrets? My story of grass to grace, put up there by God, because of Romans 9:15, is there in the public domain. You only need to Google Mike Ozekhome. You will see my story from grass to grace. I have no secrets in my life. Not one secret in my life. Because when God establishes you, no man can bring you down as they thought they were trying to do through this program and other nefarious activities. I am the typical Genesis 18:15. The typical Jeremiah 32:27. Behold, I'm the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me to do? So I'm exalted by God. They are lying to see whether they can bring me down. To start with, my younger brother Elvis and listeners and watchers, Dangote does not have a piece of land in Iviukwe. No land was ever sold to Dangote. Rather, when Dangote came to Iviukwe in 2013, wanted to establish a fertilizer company, I told Iviukwe to give him land because the one they had at a nearby village, Iviukwe, where they had already paid the price for destruction of economic trees and cash crops. They said it was too swampy and that they were trying to go to other areas. And when they came, we all had a meeting and I begged them, instead of taking this thing away from a nearby village, less than 2 kilometers away, bring it back to our village. It will open up the place. It will develop the place. It will attract employment for the locals. Their business will boom, not only in Iviukwe, in Agenebode, but in the entire Edo state. By the grace of God, I spearheaded begging Dangote group to bring that land, that project to Iviukwe. But Dangote, like they did in many other places, after doing excavation work, clearing, and all that, they will suddenly move their equipment. They moved the equipment from there and went to Ondo State for inexplicable reasons. From Ondo State, they moved their equipment again and went to somewhere in Ekiti. From there, they finally landed in Lagos and now discarded the idea of a fertilizer company. Instead, the refinery, which has made them to build, I think, arguably the biggest refinery of petroleum resources, oil and gas in Africa today. Therefore, what is it that Dangote paid the Iviukwe community for? It was the destruction of their economic and cash crops when they were clearing and excavating lands. They did not buy land from Iviukwe. If you buy land from a community, some people must sell the land to you. There must be an agreement. The government must be involved in the agreement. Under the Land Use Act, Section 1, every land in a state belongs to the governor, who holds it in trust for the people. But the governor can decide to acquire land, what we call in the public interest, like for Dangote project, which would be beneficial to everybody, like building of schools or roads or churches or markets or mosques. These are what we call public purpose. So if the government felt that they needed to sell the land to Dangote, they will call the community. The individual owners of the land will come, everybody will sign an agreement. They will pay them adequate compensation in accordance with the Nigerian Constitution. These are cases I fight every day in my life as a human rights activist. I have a lot of cases against Dangote Group, Boa Cement, concerning land matters with villagers. And I handle these cases pro bono, free of charge, because I do not like cheating or injustice. So Dangote never bought a plot of land from Iviukwe. And I told these people so, as far back as 2015, that Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe. They only paid you for economic trees, destruction. They say no. They believe that their money must have been eaten by Okumagbe and some unknown people. They must go to court. They went to court against my legal advice, my professional legal advice to my own community that love me and that I love, that loves me and that I love. Nearly 8 years down the line, Elvis, as I speak to you, the case is still in court, which they instituted against the Okumagbe, Edo State Governor, Attorney General of Edo State, and the Dangote Group of Company. I'm not a defendant in that matter. I'm not one of them. Nobody stopped them from going on with their case, contrary to the lies he was telling, that when his elder brother will see me, now that I pressurize him to go and withdraw the case. Why would I want you to withdraw a case in which I am not party to? Rather, Osimi called me that the Iviukwe community have now discovered that the advice I gave 7 years ago, that Dangote does not have a land in Iviukwe, that they merely paid for economic truth, was true, and that people have been misleading them, particularly lawyers, and that all the money they had in their savings had been taken up and eaten by people and these lawyers, and that the light had come to them. Therefore, they wanted to go and withdraw the matter, at least those individuals who are no longer happy with this matter. I am not a member. He later told me that they drew up a list of nearly 100 people who have land there, who now discovered that the lands were not taken from them. They are still the people, as I speak to you, Elvis. The villagers, the community are still the people farming on the lands, using them for cashew farming, selling the lands out. One of the Ozekhome members, who is a land dealer 2 years ago, actually sold from a landowner within the same so-called Dangote area about 12 plots of land to me. If I believe genuinely Dangote had a land in Iviukwe, why would I, with my 41 years experience as a lawyer and 30 years as a senior advocate of Nigeria and 64 years on earth, why will I be buying a land which I know is legally encumbered? I was able to buy the land because I know that Dangote does not have a land in Iviukwe, and that the villagers are still the people farming the lands as we are talking. See, Dangote moved their equipment and left in 2013. They have never, ever gone to Iviukwe to say, hello, we have a piece of land here. Give us our land. It is then you would have challenged them. I say, hello, but you didn't buy land from us. Which land are you asking for? Dangote that carried away his equipment in 2013 and landed in Lagos with the biggest refinery in Africa. The Dangote Group, remember that there's a village called Iviukwe? I dare say no. Now, but they feel that they can still latch on that so-called Iviukwe is not for sale. Iviukwe is not, who they call Iviukwe is not for sale. Iviukwe is not for sale. They thought that they can still latch on that to malign the good name of Okumagbe of Wepawano, the traditional ruler, now Okumagbe of Wano Kingdom. And according to them, bring me down. They said, I'm like a ripe mango. Why am I rising so fast within the community that they want to bring me down? They didn't know that they cannot do that because it is God who stood me up there. I sent you a document last night, Elvis, when you called me about this matter. When the matter got so worrisome and I started hearing innuendos, that time it was innuendos. Nobody could mention my name specifically. By the way, all those people mentioned my name yesterday. Their actions are defamatory in every respect, and I can sue them in any part of the world. And I dare challenge any of them who sees that 1 kobo, 1 cent, 1 penny was paid into my Ozekhome's account, which they themselves know never happened. I dare challenge any of them to bring out that account. But I will not dignify them for now by suing them, because I will be dignifying them, because what they said yesterday throughout were defamatory. So when I saw that these rumors were going on the ground, the branch of my chambers, by the grace of God, I have 4 branches of my chambers in Nigeria, Agenebode, Benin City, Lagos, and my headquarters, Abuja. I got my Benin branch to write to the government. Government, EDOGIS, is the Edo State Geographic Information Service. They are in charge of all lands in Edo State, the whole government. Every piece of land in Edo State is captured in their data system. And the letter asks more than 12 questions. Does Dangote have any land in Iviukwe? Did anybody sell any land to Dangote? Or did the community itself sell land to Dangote? Or did a group of people sell land to Dangote? If so, for how much? Who are these people? Government, can you let us know? That letter was dated, I think, 10th of December, 2020. Or the 14th of December, 2020. 7 years after the so-called Dangote acquisition CFO, which they are dangling, the CFO, which does not have any number. I have never seen a birth certificate or driving license or birth certificate or CFO that has no number. It just simply say EDSR, no number. You will see the column for signature for witnesses, nobody signed. You will see the date mutilated, obviously a fake forged document. And I said, that document you said was issued in 2013. But here is the government 7 years later, in 2020, by their letter, December 2020, saying Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe. Which one do you want to believe? Dangote does not have land. And the government made it clear in their reply. We have checked all our data system. And we have seen that no land was sold to Dangote. No land was given to the Dangote by the government. Dangote's no land was registered in Dangote.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt.
That remains the position.
I have to interrupt.
To cover up the truth and go on with their lies.
Hold on, sir. Thank you very much. Everybody, please mute yourself. Mute yourself. Don't unmute yourself. Mr. Paul, you unmuted yourself, please. There's a noise coming on your background. I will unmute you whenever I want you to say something. Who is this? Who is doing this?
And by the way, some hours ago, I sent you the document, the letter from my chambers in Benin City to the government, and their reply to the letter saying Dangote does not own any land in the Iviukwe community. Now, I've just sent you now the very CFO, fake CFO, which they are brandishing, a CFO that has no number, that has no witnesses, that the date was mutilated, of 7 years earlier, when the same government, 7 years later, in 2020, saying Dangote does not have land here. If Dangote had land, the government will not be afraid. They will say, yes, we gave land to Dangote. It's our prerogative. So what? But they said, no, they don't have land. I sent it to you now. I hope you will be kind enough as the program goes on to display it on the screen so that
of course
the viewers will see them for what they are.
Yes. Of course, I will be displaying all of them right away. We have you sent a series of documents here, which, okay, let me see. Okay, the last one you just sent right now is quite a lot of documents.
It's the
Let me see.
so-called CFO dated, of 2020 without a number. Look at the top, EDSR. There's no number. There's no CFO that has no number. There's no CFO in the world. CFO is registered with a number. There's none. No witness on that CFO. The dates are mutilated, showing that it's simply a forged document. And then you will see the one I sent last night, where the government replied to our letter from Benin branch saying,
from the Edo GIS, right?
Sorry?
Is it the one from the Edo GIS?
Yes, yes, Edo GIS, yes, Edo GIS, yes, Edo GIS. That is the Department of Land that is in charge of all lands. First of all, show them my letter, which asks all the questions. Then show the reply of the government, Edo GIS. Thank you, most kindly.
All right. I will be showcasing this now in the next couple of seconds. I just want to, the last one you sent right now, I need to prepare
Yes,
because
the last one now is the so-called CFO. You can show it to them to see what they are calling CFO. Show the heading EDSR. Whether you see any number there, whether it just says a CFO or birth certificate or driving license that has no number.
okay. My wonderful Naija Watch family, please, Nigerians, Edo Light all over the world, please just bear with us as we try to showcase this. Although we don't have any kind of evidence yet from our brothers who came on air yesterday to talk to us. We don't have any kind of evidence from them yet. The only evidence I have from Peter Ozekhome was the one that he used in sending money to the CP, because he alleged the CP of as a corrupt police officer and all that. So I got that evidence, but any evidence to this claim, of Chief Michael Ozekhome, I don't have it yet from them. But I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start from here. This was the one from the Edo GIS, which, according to my findings here from Edo GIS, I will read because some of you might find it difficult to read it from there. I will read. This was dated 14th December 2020. Application to conduct search with respect to land purportedly acquired by Dangote Group PLC at Iviukwe community in Etsako, East Local Government Area of Edo State. Now, I'm directed to refer to your letter dated 10th December 2020, in which you made inquiry in respect of the above subject matter. This letter is to inform you that from our findings, based on available record, the property purportedly acquired by Dangote Group located at Iviukwe community in Etsako East Local Government Area of Edo State of Nigeria is not registered with our office at Edo GIS, Land Registry, Benin City. No survey plan or certificate of occupancy with respect of the said Iviukwe community town land from the Edo State Government of Nigeria is shown to have been issued in favor of the said Dangote Group PLC for fertilizer project or registered at the Edo GIS Land Registry, Benin City, as at 14th December 2020. You may wish to avail us with more information, if any, to continue with this search, please. Okay, this one was from Nora Ohiewere, Mrs. Assistant Chief Registrar of Titles of Instruments, Edo State Geographical Information Service, Edo GIS, Benin City. So this letter, that I just read to you all is 14 December 2020. So it shows that there's no single record of that land with their own record. Now, sir, before I move on to showcase more documentations here, or let me just go to the C of O that you were talking about. Although this is quite tiny here, I think you will be in a better position to explain this to us, because even your handwriting or a handwriting letter that you sent to me?
It's not my handwriting. That
No,
is
no.
the purported CFO they are exhibiting. You can see at the top of it, certificate of occupancy number, ED. Can you see any number on ED? No,
No.
certificate of occupancy that does not have a number. You can see the date you are seeing there. The date is mangled. Then see another document. That date is mangled. Then see other portions.
I can see
There's no number.
the area
And
of
that's what
the
government
date.
is telling you, that they don't have any. No
Yeah, but
CFO.
I can see the last document here, sir, that you sent concerning this CFO. I can see a date there, which is on the 6th June, 3rd of June 2013.
That is the 3rd of June or 3rd of April, the one that looks defaced, right?
Yes.
2013, yes?
This one that is on
08
right now.
or 03, 2013, right?
Yes.
That is 2013 of an alleged CFO. Check the top of the CFO. Is there any number? You can see number ED.
Here. I can't
Is there
see
any number?
No.
Does he have a number?
No.
So the CFO must have a number. Now, let us assume that CFO is either 3rd day of, although I can see it as either 3rd or 8th day of May 2013. That's the CFO they are dangling, right? Is that not so?
Yeah.
Now, the letter from the same government you just read out is dated 20th December 2020, 7 years later, saying that they have checked all their records. From all available records, Dangote does not have land. None was registered in his name. No survey plan. The government did not give any. Is that not what the document said?
Yeah.
Exactly. So the truth is there for everybody to see.
Okay. All right. People, my main focus was on this one here, which is from Edo GIS. I will be awaiting more evidence from the previous group because they came on air to talk yesterday, but there's no single evidence they didn't that they sent to us. So because of that, I cannot actually
and
know.
Also, I challenge them to show any evidence that one couple, because even after fighting for the people, for the community to get compensation for their destroyed economic trees and all that, and then they said they were sharing whether 100,000. I laughed. I said, no, don't give a kobo to me, send it back to the community. Even for my own crops destroyed, I said, don't pay me, send the money back. I had promised to build a school for them as one of the several projects I've attracted to that community: water, light, market, stadium, police station, schools, roads. I said, send it back, let them use, my late brother use it to carry sand and gravel to put on the site where I wanted to build a primary school, and I later built 6 primary schools. So as I talk before you, as I stand before you or sit before you, I never touched Dangote's kobo. I never saw one kobo. I never touched. I never pocketed, because with all modesty, we are talking about whether 60-something million. With all modesty, with what God has done for me, I doing things for my community. Why will I touch their money when I'm the one giving them money? These are lies for the pit of hell. The truth is that Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe, and I didn't touch any of their money. That is the correct truth. That's the position. They just felt they can pull me down. Why is he a rising star? Which is not my fault, which is God. They should go and blame God, not me. Why am I a story of grass to grace, zero to hero, nothing to something? That is what some people can't understand. Why is he the only one doing all the things in the community? Why will he come home and dance masquerade dance with the community, play football with the children, give hundreds of scholarships annually, buy motorcycles to empower the youth, grinding machines, sewing machines, hair dryers to empower the poor women, prisons, giving them grants every year, organizing football competitions to grow the youth. In the last 35 years, I've been doing all this, empowering the youth, children. Why? What gave him this capacity? Let me now answer them through this forum. It is God that gave me that capacity.
The question I would like to ask you now, the land, the said land that we are talking about right now, is it sold or not?
Sorry?
the said land, the land we are talking about that you were
Yes.
accused of selling to, or you sold to a Dangote group. Is the land sold yet, or is just there as we speak?
That is what I'm telling you. Maybe you have not been following my discussion.
Yes.
The land is not sold to anybody. The land is there
good.
intact. The same owners, the same original aboriginal owners of the land.
But your brother, your brother, Peter,
farming on the land, using the land to grow cashew nut. I said they even sold about 10 to 12 plus of the land to me 2 years ago because it belongs to them, not to Dangote. And that's it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Your brother Peter,
for any land, they don't have land.
According to the video I played earlier on, your brother Peter Ozekhome alleged you that you told him that the land was sold, you know, in the figure of 63 million naira. Have you ever had any kind of discussion like that with him?
I just had that for the first time. I know that the community estimate, they did the enumeration of their crops and they paid them for what they said they needed. I never had a hand in how money was paid. I decided not to involve myself after fighting for them. How the money was paid, which account they paid to, how it was paid by who, how much. I never had a hand because I said I didn't want a stain at all. I have heard people to say they should pay you compensation for your destroyed economic trace because Dangote probably will not have paid. I said, at that stage, I told them I don't want to have a hand in any amount paid, some paid, by whom, through whom, I don't want to know. That is why I'm using this forum to challenge. If any of them have any evidence that 1 kobo, 1 penny was sent, €1, 1 yen was paid into any of my accounts, I challenge them to show it. Because I will not take a kobo from my community. Rather, I give to my community because God has put me in that position. And that's what I'll be doing all my life. With all modesty.
All right. I'm kind of surprised now. I don't know, with your permission, sir, can I bring one of them, just one of them here? No, please, don't unmute yourself. Don't unmute yourself. Please, we don't want to hear what is going on your background. Mr. Francis Itwa, please, you have been muted. I will unmute you when I want you to contribute to this, okay? Because I really want to know, let me seek for your permission, sir. Would you mind I bring your own brother here, Peter Ozekhome, to bring him here right now, or I should forget about it?
See, that will be unfair. Yesterday was the one who made the allegation against me. That's why you have given me an opportunity. I thought you should not call other people. I think you said other people are there. Because all of them yesterday ganged up.
Yes, that's fine. That's why.
Now, why don't you give other people, maybe those people who have also joined? I can see one.
No, I have all your family here. Yes, I have the people, all the people who joined because of
why don't you give them an opportunity
to talk to us?
It's not a question of giving a forum to a small boy I sent abroad about 8-9 years ago to just be using a social media to abuse me freely because he thinks he has the opportunity. Because I've made him. Because I've made him.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. Let me hear from others here. Just give me a sec before I move on. I think Mr. Paul, please. Mr. Paul, I realized earlier on that there was some noise coming out from your background. I'm going to unmute you right now. Please make sure this has already been sorted out. Mr. Paul, you have been unmuted. Unmute yourself, rather. Unmute yourself, sir. Good. Good afternoon to you, sir. Please, where are you joining us from?
Good afternoon. I'm joining you from Edo State.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. Please, I would like you to introduce yourself to us and tell us what
to be here.
Thank you.
people are discussing. I understand that there are about 3 counts yesterday. They said Dangote issue. They sent what was it called? Issue of making king money. Then they sent making general chairman. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. If I'm correct, let me start with the Dangote issue, where I know
Please.
it from. Like I earlier said, I am a civil engineer. I practice, and Chief Michael Ozekhome is somebody I've stayed with. I know very well, and to God be the glory to date. He has empowered me and some people I know. To God be the glory. And again, let's come to Dangote issue. When I had this, for the past 6-7 years, I have been practicing as a civil engineer. And just 3 years ago, the Okumagbe of Wano Kingdom engaged my services working for him in some of his projects. Then my fundamental human rights was tempered by the community members to say I should not
Mr.
step on.
Paul, Mr.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm sorry to interrupt you because I don't want to keep Chief Michael Ozekhome here for so long. Please, I
Okay.
want you to be quick in your deliveries because we have other people.
Yeah, is more. I am a victim here. Is more. You gave the same time to others yesterday. So
No,
I
I'm
should explain
talking in
details.
favor of Chief Mike. I know what I discussed with him before coming on air. I don't want him to
Okay.
spend hours here. He doesn't have that time. Yeah.
Okay. So they asked me not to reach there because, and I said why. They said they're having issues with Okumagbe and Chief Michael Ozekhome. That anybody going there, they will find the person. My mom, who is in the village, my siblings, they can't participate in anything again. They can't do anything. They can't move freely. We were just being intimidated. Then I walked to Okumagbe to say, they alleged you that you sold a piece of land in Iviukwe. He walked inside to give me the document, which I go through. I find out. I called my uncle Ozekhome to ask him, and he sent all those things he sent to you to me. I find out. I walked to the village to tell them this land was not sold. They never listened to me. And the thing was going. We organized a document titled Peace Reconciliation Committee by the area council here, local government area. I challenge you to bring the HOX, acting chairman, online. We went to Auchi to resolve this. When we were coming back, they misinterpreted our aim being there. So on this fateful day, the little one I want to say, as you have said, or as you have directed, Okumagbe, like Okumagbe said, he said, what was it called? Nature has no vacuum. And is the paramount ruler. Is the one who gives on who to act and on who not to act. We can't challenge that authority because government have delegate and God has delegated on him to do. So he gave in temporary appointment to one Johnson Oshobugi. I was not even there. I didn't go. I didn't attend. All I could hear at midnight that my brother, Kingsley Alego, was in the bush. I now asked, why are you in the bush? He called. I'm just coming back from site. He said, my house now in the village is being demolished. By who? Destroyed by who? He said, one Ozekhome, the general chairman. I was like, no, he's no longer a general chairman. Okumagbe have long time invoked that from him, that he does not have a good character. Based on what he has been doing, sleeping with people's women, going out with their hands, molesting people, all these facts and evidence are there that I will send to you when you display the number on here. I will send to you directly the evidence of those who were, about 21 houses were destroyed. About 5 cars were destroyed by him, threatening, they're going out with placards, molesting people around the community. Then I now rushed down. I went to
later on, yeah.
Sorry?
You have the number on the screen. You can send me all the evidence on this WhatsApp number later on.
Okay, okay, I will. Thank you, I will.
Yeah.
Then I rushed down as I was going. I branched the 195 Battalion Army Barracks that there is a war in my community and I need to go there very quickly. My siblings are in the bush and they gave me, they took their, what we call the ambulance and gave me 10 soldiers to follow me. When we get there, it was them, my brothers, they were the one who went to the bush to bring my brothers out, my siblings, from the bush. And it was still himself and the younger brother, named Wazobia, came to my house, still searching. And where they were in the bush, when my brothers were in the bush, overheard them to say, where is my room? I must be inside. That when I come out today, they will kill me. They will now see who Okumagbe will send to reveal the secret they were keeping. I was like, okay. My brother was alleging that in the presence of the military personnel. I took them to the barrack. They treat some wounds. One side, this Ogbebaku, they treat them, and we all left. The next day, we went to the community to take or to see what has been destroyed. Sir, if you see what my community have turned to, you won't believe it. As we speak right now, I'm not in the village. My mom is not there. None of my siblings are in the village because they said my house in the village, they have destroyed. As it is now, rain is falling inside the house. Up to AC, they enter the house and made away with 2 plasma TV. It becomes a robbery. After destroying the house, they will go in and pick things. Then I came the next day to ask them, what have I done wrong? They said, why will I be working for Okumagbe? I said to you here, one of engineer Idonige Kanabe, I challenged him, I called. I said, why will you be writing this? Hello?
Just hold on. Somebody unmuted themselves. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, one Idonige engineer, Idonige Kanabe. I called him personally to say, why are you instigating children? Why are you instigating the community men to destroy people's house? And you have a house in community very close to my house. If I should take laws into my hand and go to your house and burn it down, how will you feel? He said they will feel bad. I said, okay. And you are saying Surugere dance. Surugere dance is the dance of the spirit. You are beating the drum. I hope we'll be able to dance to this the drum you are beating. So I saw you play the video that the CSP was talking to the victim. I was there. He was talking to the victim, pressing us down that we should not take laws into our hands, that no government will take it. Then when we see that justice was being delayed, we mobilized and we went to Benin at CID Benin to meet the commissioner, and we complained. He ordered for arrest. The Osimi in question that was arrested yesterday for this thing to be coming up, ask them, March 16, was the king or the village head, was he died? He was still alive when they destroyed some people's houses. That whosoever talking to Chief Ozekhome and the Royal Majesty, they will just go there, humiliate the person, and thank God that they have included people like us. That's why we have now raised up to say, oh, enough is enough. And these same people you are talking to, they are the one attracting a development to the community. The school, the borehole water, the villagers are drinking. The royal chief, Ozekhome, was the one who attracted them. Or should we talk of the street light that they are destroying? Should we talk of many, just count, the church, the mosque, the market, the stadium? As in, when you start counting, you can't count.
All right.
This is what has been on ground. As we speak, like I would say, some of them, some of their family, they are going into their house to sleep. And my family are not in the village.
Thank you,
myself, I'm not in the village because my house was destroyed by Osimi, Okpitu, Amos so many others. I will send their name and their sponsors to you. And I've interrupted. I stand to be corrected, please. Okumagbe of Wano Kingdom has done no wrong. He was just on his right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you very much. I would like others to be brief. You know, our brother Paul actually took a lot of time. I'm only talking in favor of. I'm talking. Chief Johnson, the noise on your background is too much. Oh, Chief Johnson, please, the noise on your background, I'm not sure you can contribute. You have so much noise on your background, but let me move on. Let me see if Mr. Francis Itwa is ready to talk to us, because you were having some noise as well earlier on your own background. Let me see. Okay, Mr. Francis, can you hear me, sir?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, sir. Good.
I can hear you loud. I can hear you loud and clear.
Wonderful. Please tell us, where are you joining us from right now?
First of all, my name is Chief Francis Ozekhome Itwa. I'm speaking right from Lagos.
Lagos. Wonderful, sir.
Precisely, my position is Djibo.
All right. Sir, please, you have 3 minutes to tell us your own side of this whole story.
If you see what is happening in my community, I am a critical stakeholder in that community. As I speak with you at the age of 29, 30, I, Francis Itwa, built the first functional hotel in that community. And precisely, I knew what is going on in that community very well.
Okay.
You see, it is just too appalling. I don't want to go back into history. What Mr. High Chief Ozekhome has done to that community, nobody, I emphasize, nobody have done it in that community. In extension, in our local government, this man has single-handedly empowered a lot of people, both the agents, the youth, the artisans, name them. That is not what I want to speak this afternoon.
No, but before you move on,
I want to dwell on
Mr. Francis, please hold on.
That is causing problem in my community.
Mr. Francis, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. According to my own research, I can see he has done a lot for the same community that is pursuing him now. That is what is actually baffling me. I want you to tell us, you know, according to what he has done, he has built school, he has given them borehole, roads, and so many more, because I've been doing my research throughout last night and all that, asking questions here and there. But why is it that the same community people are still saying that Mike is not good to them? What's happening? Talk to us.
Thank you very much. The community as a whole, at large, has no problem within themselves. The problem we are having in our community today is caused between Ozekhome's family. Ozekhome's family are trying, according to his information, trying to rubbish one of their benefactors, person who have helped them immensely, which is Lawyer High Chief Mike Ozekhome. They are gagging against him. They are recruiting others to work against him. And at the same time, they are gaining ground on that. As I speak to you, my own junior brother, his house has been destroyed. His house is destroyed for nothing's sake. And if we are to go back to what started this issue, which is the sales of land and all those things, I am in full support of those people who are against the sales of that land. But unfortunately, they have criminalized the struggle, going back to destroy those who are not in their camp. And let me tell you something. I have never had in my entire life, I am 65 years of age today, my community finding somebody 25 million naira. Is that not madness? What a madness. Is that not madness? They don't even stop at that. Going as far as I get to find the woman, the wife, 10 million naira. Have they committed murder? What have they done? And I believe if there's going to be peace in my community, Iviukwe community, I think that peace has to come from Ozekhome's family. They should not rubbish their misgiving into the community. Let them go back to their home and settle themselves and leave the community alone. That is exactly what is happening.
Okay, sir. I will come back to you. According to the fine that you're talking about, I will come back to others as well. I would like us to listen to this video for 1 minute, and I will go back straight to Chief Mike Ozekhome to respond to this, because this was from his brother as well. You know, just give me a sec and let me put this on the screen.
Please, can I permit you to enlighten you, sir?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, for this Mike Ozekhome issue, you said that you were trying to hire him.
Yes.
Thank God, you have not done that yet. Let me put it to your notice. This Mike Ozekhome, single-handedly, my late uncle, late Chief James Ozekhome, who resided in Benin, former judge, who resided in Benin, when he died, this Mike Ozekhome connived with the last wife to collect all James' property, all the land Benin. The land Mike Ozekhome is using in Benin now, Duty Estate, belongs to my uncle, late James Ozekhome. He connived with the late James' wife to collect all the land. Because of that, they abandoned the late James' children, who were already in law school before late James died. Because of that, Mike did not want to see any late James' children, because he don't want them to become lawyers. He know they will come back and fight him. Because of that, he humiliated them. He abandoned them. Married the late James' wife to collect all James' property, both the houses, both the land, everything, both the office in Benin. Secondly, my late uncle who just died, not up to 2 years, is Mike senior brother, Pius Ozekhome. Because of this same issue again, land grabbing, Mike Ozekhome connived with the wife again to humiliate the first children. One of them is in abroad here, the other one is in Nigeria. Both the land, the one in abroad bought, Mike Ozekhome collected all the land. They went ahead to write unnecessary will, of which Pius was not the one who wrote them. He connived with the woman to take all the land from the children. As I'm speaking to you now, that has been the matter that resulted to all this family matter.
Okay, all right. That is the matter that resulted to the family matter, according to our brother who just finished talking to us earlier on. So I decided to, I will go back to Chief Mike Ozekhome, the senior advocate of Nigeria. Sir, please, I want you to respond to that.
Yeah, thank you, Elvis. It's unfortunate that I will have to speak here on my internal family matters because of that lousy, dead mouth boy that I trained in the school and I sent to Germany. Maybe he has some little money in his pocket now and he thinks it's everything. Otherwise, I would not have responded to the board in order to clear the air.
Thank you.
He said I'm using James' land to build my estate. Late Chief Barrister James Ozekhome died in 2003. 2003. In his last year in the university, he was living with me in my. And when I was going, I gave him my books, even my motorcycle that I was using at that time. When he wanted the job, he said he didn't want to practice law. I helped him to become a magistrate. He was doing very well. Then he had issues with the judiciary. I defended him for 7 years. When they finally removed him, they said to ordinary termination of appointment. One day I came to Benin. after he lost the job, I discovered that he was selling in a small restaurant, which is then wife. And I said, is it so bad that you, a lawyer, a former magistrate, has to be selling in a small restaurant? It's not going to happen for as long as I live. I had just two cars, Mercedes 230 and a Peugeot 305. James wrote all this one down, which I got 2 weeks ago. The larger Iviukwe committee, one out of about 15 Sapele Road, donating to be using. And James has been very grateful. He put it in his.
Okay, we're having a network problem there from. Can you guys hear me at all? Can you hear me? Is it coming from my side or from?
No, not from your side. I think it's from his side.
From his side. All right. Before we have him back, I would like someone else to talk. Mr. Adide James. You know,
Come on.
Increase it.
Okay, we have him back.
Please, if you are not please, mute your mic if you are not talking. If you are not talking, please mute your mic. Yes,
yes,
sir,
you are back.
Am I back now?
You are back, sir.
Am I back?
Yes,
you are back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
We can hear you.
Thank you. So, James' first son, I was the one sponsoring him at the University of Benin. The records are there. He couldn't meet up with the academic requirements. He dropped out by himself. He failed out, to put it mildly. Then all the other James children, some of them were in nursery school when James died in December 2003. I trained them from nursery, primary, secondary to university. 7 of them. The last 2 are reading law and engineering right now. In fact, they are in my house right now on holidays because the universities are on strike through ASTO. The other one, I sent him also abroad as one of the 8 people, Ozekhome family members I sent abroad. That one is doing well in Italy. The other one has married. She has 2 children. I gave her a job. She's a cardiovascular expert in terms of maintenance of their equipment. The other one, in fact, 7 of them, I brought them up. They have all been living with me until they started branching out, marrying. The last 2 are currently here as I speak to you. None of the family members, since James died 90 years ago, ever cared about what these people are eating. You open your mouth to say, me, I married James' wife. You know that is profanity, that is abomination. Everybody in the world knows my beautiful wife, Lady Josephine Ozekhome. I'm a Christian, a Catholic. If I wanted to marry a second wife, which is forbidden by my Catholic faith anyway, I'm 4th degree, the highest, nice of Sebolova. Why wouldn't I go and marry a young lady? Why should I go and look for my late brother's wife that had 6 children? These are the part of the scandalizing things they wanted to say about me, thinking they can want to.
Hello.
I put up James. I set up chambers for him. So I, who set up a chambers for a person, train all the 7 children, cannot be taking his non-existent land. I acquired my land in 2011. That is, James died 2003, and I got my C of O in my name through Adam Soshomole in 2013 in Benin, where I started Ukwe Heights Estate. These are the things they don't want to hear. And by the way, I don't want to boast. Do I not have estates in Abuja, in Lagos, in Benin? I'm an entrepreneur apart from being a lawyer, because we are not on pension. I believe in investing for the future, for the rainy day. I did everything for that family from day one. And then my late brother, I sent you his will before this program started, or while the program was going on. You can also display it in his own handwriting before he died. Before he died, he was with me. I brought him from home. They say he had prostate cancer. I took him to the best hospitals in Abuja. Some of them were charging 208,000 naira per week. Some at times 350,000. I took him to the best hospitals in Abuja. When it was not working out, I flew him to Dubai with his wife and my eldest brother and his 2 wives. And my wife took all of them. My eldest brother and his 2 wives to go and enjoy. My late brother to go and be cured, and my wife to guide them. I spent over $100,000 on that expensive trip. After doing all their treatment, they brought him back. Unfortunately, we lost him September 2020. I took over the entire burial by the grace of God. We brought in the family. Now, that my late brother made his will. I sent it to you in his own handwriting, where he partitioned his property according to the way he wanted it. We call it a will because it is the last dying declaration, last testament of a person dying. And all his children, he gave them properties. The first 2 sons, the one at home and the one, Jude, I also sent abroad as one of the 8 Ozekhome children, who is one of those that have ganged out against me and insulting me every day because they want to pull me down, which they cannot sustain because God built me. My late brother, Pius, High Chief Pius Ozekhome, distributed this property according to them. He gave the first son 13 plus. The Jude we are talking in France, he gave, whether France or Italy. In fact, when I sent them abroad, I sustained them, all of them, for the next 2 years because they had nothing doing. He gave that one, I think, about 8 to 11 plus. The smallest child, you must see, whom I put in the secondary school now in boarding house, he gave that one just small half a plot of land, which is by his house that he built. And the boy abroad and the one at home said they needed that half plot. Then I asked them, have you ever read Naboth's vineyard? Why would you be looking for small half a plot left by this man for his last son? And he made it clear in that way. You can see the way in his own handwriting. He said, allow this my son to also grow up and become a human being. When he grows, he can now build on that half a plot near my house. All of you already big. You already, you have 30 plus here. You 11 plus here. You take those ones. They said, no, you people take those cashew nuts, I farm. I give this one to my wife and the children, the other 3 children. They said, no, they who are alive must now redistribute the properties of my late brother, whom none of them cared for. None of them visited for the over 1.5 years he was sick, and I was carrying him from one part of the world to the other. He had died now. You suddenly want, like vultures, to devour his property, contrary to his will. I said, I'm a lawyer, for God's sake. I have helped people to carry out their wills. Why would you want to urinate on the grave of this late person because he's no longer alive? He has made a will. This is what my family settled. You are saying no. Who is he to make that will? Who is he? Who the heir? Then I told them in my letter, I said, why don't you go and exhume him from the grave and ask him why he made his will as he had done? But that will he made in his own writing, by the grace of God, it has to be carried out. You people should not do this. It is not fair. That was why they said they gathered together like witches and decided that I've never heard that. During this time, that they met and said they were finding my enemy, not me, 25 million naira and 100 cartons of beer. The wife of my enemy, not my wife, they were finding her 10 million naira and the goat. And then the wife of my late brother that we are talking about, whom they don't know how she feels with the children. All the children are put one in the university at Tekoma, the other one in boarding school, the other one have gotten her a job in Abuja with the federal government agency. They don't care about these children or late barrister James' children. How now you are finding that poor widow 500,000 naira? I said, what kind of life is this? It is not fair. Like I told you, I would not have mentioned these things on the public forum because that boy opened his wide mouth too wide to make heinous, criminal, but fake, false, unfounded allegations against me. And they know it is not true. What am I doing with the wife of a late brother? Nothing. What am I doing with a second wife? I, a Christian, a Catholic? Nothing. And my wife always accommodate all these people because she knows my soft heart. She's a mother to all. She accommodates all. All these boys living abroad that I said, there's none of them that had not lived with me at one point in time or the other. In my house in Iviukwe, in my house in Lagos, in my house in Benin, in my house in Abuja. There is none of them in my house in Agenebode. So the gang up is clear. Let us see where we can bring him down. But I want to assure them now through this medium that by the special grace of God, who made me, not man, Psalm 75 from verses 3, read it at above. Nobody, no man, no woman can bring me down because God made me and empowered me to help the people. And I've always helped the people. I've never used my God-given little wealth to oppress the people. Rather, I use it to clean their tears, to help the poor, to balm their bruises, giving scholarships, empowering the youth. You had one person what he said. All those people were talking yesterday. I don't want to go personal, including the one they call Paul Okatel spoke from America, asking when last did he visit home since he went to the US over 25 years ago. It was only, I think, April 2019 when the mother died, and I went there to sympathize with them. And he told me to my face, all this nonsense they are talking about you, I have personally found out that Dangote land was not sold. And I do not have a hand, even in the destruction of the economic trees payment, that you should just ignore them. That I've told them not to be disturbing or try to stay your good name. So I was surprised yesterday when I saw what all you were saying. And I thank God you told the audience that when you first talked to them before the program, none of them mentioned my name. They were talking about Igabo and about police. But you were surprised that suddenly they dropped it on the program. They definitely did that so as to give me what they thought would be maximum embarrassment. In the whole of Uwanu Kingdom and Wepawanu, they are laughing at them. They do not know that they are laughing at them. The truth is that I did nothing wrong to these people. God is my witness. I've always contributed my quota to the development of the community. All of them that we were speaking yesterday, none of them has contributed anything. In fact, 99.9% of them don't even have a single block or a single house in that Iviukwe community, where I built the only surviving hotel, building a stadium, police station, roads, water, light, schools, everything, market. They have never contributed. But they have dollars and euros to send home to cause mayhem, crisis.
Okay, that's the area I'm actually going right now, sir.
In the community, tell them to stop it. It is not good.
Okay, sir.
It's not good. Let them build. Let them not destroy. Let them build the community instead of destroy the community.
Okay,
so
sir,
shameful.
As we speak right now, I learned that Iviukwe community is under siege. I would like to ask you, what's your take? What's going on there? And when was the last time you visited that community?
The last time I visited that community was December last year, stroke January 2nd. I left on the 3rd because of every year, January 2nd, since 35 years ago, I hold a beach party by Agenebode Beach where I invite everybody to come so that we can eat together, drink together, dance together. I've done it for 35 years. I was in Port Harcourt for the valedictory service of Justice Mary Peter Odili. It was televised live. When I returned, I went for Nnamdi Kanu's matter. I heard that they all lied. I had one of them saying that I was at home in April. My brother, I'm a man of the people. I carry masquerade. When I land at home, everybody in the community will know that Mike Ozekhome is around. There's no way I can come and go and hide. It's my community. I was never at home during Easter. I spent Easter with my family in my Abuja home here, where we went for picnic. So they again lied on that. I heard that what happened was that they went on rampage, that the Okumagbe of Wepawanu decided to appoint a temporary chief for Iviukwe community after the death of the last one, Chief R.B. Okega. I learned, I am the one who had been fighting for Okumagbe to create an Ozekhome Ukwe so as to give it to my eldest brother, which Okumagbe said he was approving in the interim. I learned that the Ozekhome family belongs to the Iviukwe kindred. Iviukwe kindred is the larger one. I learned that the Iviukwe kindred met, and they said, no, it is not the turn of this man that you are trying to force on us, and that they are more senior in Warri. I don't know his name. One Ushobuge is the one that is entitled to it, and that they now met in the family, and that one said he's too old, he's over 80 years old, that he would rather his younger nephew or brother, who is Chief Johnson, take it, and that the Iviukwe kindred now sent his name and sent a delegation to the Okomagbe of Owado Kingdom, who is the prescribed authority, who is the traditional ruler, who can give out titles, ukwe drums, to whomever is pleased when the community, the kindred family has chosen. And then based on that, they brought this Chief Johnson to Okomagbe and said, this is our choice. It is not the turn of the Ozekhome family. When I was personally not happy about it because I've been fighting for this over the years. And now they said Okomagbe now gave him temporary, so I say you are now the village head in the interim. And that based on that, some of them, the same anti-Okomagbe elements in the community, decided to take the laws into their hands, and that they went from one house to another. And then whether about 20, 21, 22 houses of people they said are pro-Okomagbe, who are not joining them to fight Okomagbe or to fight the case in court, who they have been in court for nearly 8 years and they have not won, and they have changed sets of lawyers to about 3 sets of lawyers, eating their money, sending money from abroad to fund them. And then they went from one house to another, destroying the houses, breaking their television sets, their fridges, and carrying away some fridges, carrying away goats to go and barbecue. Then the acid was so much that the people called the DPO also at Agenebode. I also see that they were trying to indict him, that the DPO ran there to go and save the situation, and that they overpowered the DPO with superior firepower, the local boys, the gangs, the terrorists, the cultists, and that the DPO had to call the military, the garrison commander, to say, we are overwhelmed, who had to send his military there to stop the mayhem, and that they even broke the vehicles of the area commander, that they barely escaped with their with a hairbreadth. I wasn't there. I was in Port Harcourt. I was in Abuja. I did not involve myself. In March, they had destroyed part of the only hotel I built for them. But I laughed over it. I said, I cannot be provoked at my stage. By the grace of God, I'm not going to act. I kept quiet. Now, at least, they destroyed people's houses. And the people went to make their reports. You had one man when he spoke, he said they went to report to the commissioner of police. I do not know whether that they are saying that they should have allowed them first kill human beings before the police move in to go and restore order and good governance and security of lives and property. They are saying, what they are saying in effect is that because those being funded with dollars, yen, euro, and pounds from abroad, who are fewer in the community, but very powerful.
Okay. All right. Mr. Mike, sir, I think I need to pause you right there because of time, sir. Because of time.
The larger community.
Mr.
That
Mike,
they will allow them to kill everybody, that I am not involved in the arrest of anybody, in calling anybody, in the report to the police station. All the people reported, they are there. They are there to testify. It's not about me, but they want to drag my name in at all costs. And
thank you. That's why we are happy you are here.
Amen.
That's why we are happy you are here today to clear the air. You know, we are very, very pleased to have you here. But before that, I will give, because I have two of my team. Two of my team is right here, Najawa's team. You know, we work together. I would like them to pass 1 or 2 questions to you. I'm going to be starting with Lefty Sitoya. Lefty Sitoya, please introduce yourself to everyone here and to our senior advocate of Nigeria. And then you ask your question. Then I go to Mr. Akim before I come back to my other brothers again. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Leftist Itoya Okwelegbe. Though I barely just started following this program because I've been very busy. But for what I've been saying right here, it seems I think it's a family matter that is being discussed. But nevertheless, we are talking about land grabbing. And land grabbing has a lot to do with. It starts from the family, then it goes to metamorphosis to the entire community. I really don't know so much, so I won't ask you too much questions. But all I will want to say is like a form of advice. You know what you are saying, and these people also accusing you know what they are saying. I think it will be better if you now, I'm saying, I see you as a learned person and a very civilized, more civilized and more exposed human being. And you have the capacity also to do justice to matters like this. So I'm going to come in a way of advice. I think it would be better if, as an elder statesman, the best way is if there's a way you can do justice to all these accusations so that everybody, although you cannot satisfy everybody, so that everybody can be happy. And again, I want to advise those people throwing accusations. You don't throw accusation because you hear say, or you don't like this person, or you have bad belly for this person. Please, before you throw accusation, try to actually find out the truth. That's what we stand for here. We are not for, we are not against. We just want peace and want land grabbing to stop in Edo State. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, Lefty.
Yeah, thank you. A very quick response to that, Elvis. Okay. Very quick response to that. Thank you very much. Blessed are the peacemakers. I've always believed in that. That was as far back as 7-8 years ago. I advised them. I said, there's no need for all these court matters. Even if you win this court, the Okumagbe, Dangote, and the Edo State government can still go to Court of Appeal, can go to Supreme Court. This case may take 20, 30, 40 years. By that time, many of us are no longer here. Let us find a rapprochement, how we can settle this matter. Let us all go to the Okumagbe and find a common ground, how we can settle this matter.
Wow, you suggested that.
Wow. Yes, as far back as 2015, 2016. That is why my suggestion that instead of fighting the Okumagbe government and Dangote in court, let us settle. That was why they now said, I am supporting Okumagbe, that I should have joined them to fight the Okumagbe. But when they later saw that the thing was not working, it was they who now, led by the chairman, this Osimi they are talking about, whom I begged the community to make chairman, he now gathered the community together and went to Okumagbe to beg him prostrated and say, we are sorry. We have seen that we have been fighting you for no just cause. Out of happiness, Okumagbe gave 4 of them. I led of 5 chieftaincy titles. I'm saying, now that we have peace, it is the same people that the people funded them from abroad turned around and said, why did you go to Okumagbe to go and make peace when you know we are fighting him? And that those who took the matter to court are still in court. Join us. They now turned around again 360 degrees to join the people that were fighting them when I was fighting them to now fight Okumagbe and now join me. That is what, you know, that was. I've always wanted peace till now. I want peace tomorrow. I will want peace. There's no war won at the war front because you may win the war and you do not win the peace. Even this First World War that ended in 2019, in 2019, after the Treaty of Versailles in 2019 in France, the Second World War still broke out between 1940 and 1945, leading to the destruction of the twin city Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, leading to human misery. That is why I believe in peace. I'm a peacemaker. I'm a chartered arbitrator, chartered negotiator. I still believe that we can have peace, but we must have peace, genuine peace, not peace of the graveyard or peace of the cemetery, not peace of injustice, not peace where one group believe, as they are doing now, that they can use their power of terror to overwhelm the majority of the people, because we must never fail to negotiate, but we must never negotiate out of fear. I thank you for your wise counsel. I am driving the peace process. I let the committee has been set up by Ozekhome Club of Nigeria. made up of distinguished elder statesmen to bring about peace. I, Mike Ozekhome, undertake that anything by God's grace it takes to bring about peace, I'm ready for it because I'm a peacemaker. I want my community in peace. Peace that will not be humiliating to any party. That is very crucial, very important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We have one more question from you from my team. Then we ask 1 or 2 person question here. We round up. I promise you that because I never knew that you can have this patient to stay with us till.
No, I have to. These are my people. I mean, my people. You said that you even wanted to make me your land against anti-grabbing land advocate.
Exactly.
And I thank you for that consideration. I want to tell you that nothing has happened to detract me from who I am. When the new Oba of Benin came to the throne, when his late father, Oba Rejowa, crowned me as the Enoba Kai Ode of Benin, the present Oba Ewae II, was then the crown prince. When he came to the throne, the first thing he did was to go against land grabbers. My estate, which I have started since 2013, 2014, the locals stopped the estate from going on. When workers will come, they will beat them up, carry away their instruments. The Oba called me and said, help us to do a draft of a law that will stop land grabbing and stop the indigenes, the locals, from disturbing development because these people are not allowing development. I want to tell you, Elvis, I was the one who did the initial groundwork for that bill that was later passed into law by the House of Assembly.
Oh, we lost him right there. We lost him right there. All right. Before we have him back again, because I know he's going to join us straight away, let's see if we can talk to, I think everybody here have already contributed. You know, I think everybody have contributed, apart from the question that will be coming from my own team to Mr. Mike. Okay, Okaike Joseph, please, I would like you to talk to us in 2 minutes. You know, I just unmuted you. Talk to us, sir. Where are you joining us from?
I stay in Abuja.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Talk to us in 2 minutes. What's your take on this? What do you know so far?
Okay. Well, this is a very wide topic. Unfortunately, I didn't know when you started, so I joined very late. But if I am to share my idea of what I know about the goings on in Iviukwe, then I will take you back to when Dangote came to our community. So Dangote came to Iviukwe community to build a fertilizer factory. Iviukwe was not the first place he came. There was a place he first went to around Benin called Urugbo before he went to Iviukwe, a neighboring village. And with one excuse or the other, he came to Iviukwe. From Iviukwe, it went to Ondo. Still not satisfied, he went to Lagos, and the land is now building that factory in Lagos. All these communities he went to are in peace. Why is Iviukwe not in peace? You see? So that's the problem. When he came to Iviukwe, he met with the king of Iviukwe, or the ruler of Iviukwe, and the Okumagbe. They all agreed because the issue came up because Oshomole, who was governor there, wanted to build a factory, a cement factory in Edo to accommodate youth of Edo State. And everybody, you know, welcomed that idea. And that was why even when it left Iviukwe to Iviukwe also was happy to have the factory. The Iviukwe people were not happy. They said Iviukwe would have rejected it. But because it was going to help Iviukwe boys to secure employment and all that, they went to it. A committee was set up. I was not a member of the committee. They were all villagers working with the Okumagbe and the ruler of Iviukwe. I remember before agreement was drawn, I was not in the executive. The executive president then, who was the national president, Thomas Ugia of blessed memory, used to call us for advice. And when we learned that the Dangote people were going to sign agreements, we sent a message to them, do not sign any agreement until we come home, because we are going home for Easter. And the message we got then was that it is not only those that live outside the village that have sense, they also have sense. And at that, they went and signed agreements with the Dangote people. So we are not privy to that agreement. And as I speak, I didn't see the agreement. So if the land was sold out, then it will be between the community and maybe the state government that was interested in bringing the factory. But then we were told that no land was sold, that Iviukwe will be compensated for the crops and economic trees that were destroyed on the process of trying to erect the factory. As I speak, my father's plot, my father's land is there, my senior brother's land is there. Our own we are enumerated. As we speak today, we have not been paid. I reported this issue even at Abuja meeting, while the national president was seated, that even my family land, the crops that were destroyed, we are never paid to us till today as I speak. But I kept silence, I kept my peace. And I said, I think the amount I enumerated was about 140,000. I said, 140,000 is not an issue why I should be completed. I kept quiet. We were all looking forward to a factory that will liberate the people, that will employ the people and make everyone happy. So the money was shared. Before the money was shared, a committee was set up. We were 7 in number. Hello?
Hello?
Okay. Hello? We were 7. So we set up by the village head and the national president to say, we want credible people to advise on how to share this money in order not to have problem. Do you know we met? When we met, we have agreed on how to share this money equitably. What should be left for the village and what should be given to everybody that had land in that place. As I speak, before the money even came to Iviukwe, somebody had already gone on air. One of these boys had gone on air to say that Iviukwe boys, the credible boys that were set up to direct on how to share this money without crisis, have eaten the money. They have shared the money. It was on Facebook everywhere. And we threatened to go to court. And at that time, we were all begged to withdraw. And the boy withdrew it. Even when he withdrew it from Facebook, he was still comment that he was cajoled to do that. That the money, the Nigeria elites eat others' money. I just told you now that as we speak, my father's and my senior brother's have not been given to us. But somebody was accusing us of sharing that money. You know? So that was how it started. It appears there were people who were perpetually bet at rubbishing others as far as this Dangote land was concerned. When that land, the money was to be paid to Iviukwe, we learned that the Ozekhome said Iviukwe had no accounts. There were accounts, but the committee members did not want to give any of those accounts. Account of water, account of other segments of Iviukwe. They wanted an account that they were signatory to. They rushed to Auchi, printed papers at the letterhead, and opened an account where they were going to be signatory so that they could sign out money themselves directly. They didn't want an account where other people could be signatory because all other accounts had other people signatory. So it was that committee that did all that. And they were in charge. So when we agreed at that meeting, all committee members will still remember. Paul Izenwa was the chairman. He can bear me witness. When we agreed that 10% of everybody's money should be reserved for the development of Iviukwe, then there was this issue of giving 10% to the Okumagbe from that money. And I said, I was the one who said, why are we giving money to Okumagbe? He has told us that royalty has been paid to him. Why do we have to give money to the Okumagbe? it was only Thomas Apemiye who supported me and Chief PM Apemiye. That's true. We don't have to give him money anymore. But the other 4 people said, no, let's give Okumagbe, let's give him 5 million. So when we went to tell Okumagbe, said, no, if you are giving me anything, it should not be 5 million, you should give me 10%, since it is your way to give me. When we let that, I said, what did I tell you? You have brought yourself to Okumagbe. You wouldn't have done that, because the man has already told you as well. So if they say the money paid to them was not complete and all that, Okumagbe cleverly paid the enumerated amount of 65.something million to Iviukwe. So how it was distributed was within the committee after the reconciliation committee on how to share the money had met. There was peace. The whole money was shared, except some of us that were not given, which, well, best known to them, they know why they did not go round. So there was no problem until Okumagbe fined the king of Iviukwe some amount of money. And they said, why is Okumagbe always fining Iviukwe? And they filed out with the Okumagbe of Opawano. With that crisis with the Okumagbe, they started digging into what has already been agreed on and said, no, we no longer agree on this, we no longer agree on this, you must give us the money. That is, communities are not run like that.
Okay.
You cannot say what you have already agreed. Yes.
Yes, because of time, I just want you to round up in 1 minute, please.
Okay. Okay. So that was how the issue came. After that strife, and they went to court, we said, okay, since they've gone to court, well, it is good for the court to really say whether the land was sold out or not. The court case will be there. But even when the court case is going, you still see the boys accusing people. Okumagbe is a respected, Okumagbe is a respected too. And the Okumagbe of Wano is a respected person, somebody with a PhD. But the way they talk about him and anybody that says, no, it shouldn't be, they don't want a contrary opinion. And that is why some of us kept quiet. And people keep calling me, why do you keep quiet? I say, I don't want any rubbish from anybody. They have taken my money, they didn't give me, I'm not bothered. So they just wait for anybody that will oppose what they have done. And that was wrong. Well, if I have to go further,
can you hear me?
In 2020,
yes, we can hear you, sir.
In 2020, they went and reconciled with Okumagbe. That reconciliation was broken again in 2021. You know, so and when that was broken again, they resorted back to the issue of land. Anytime they have issue with Okumagbe, they go back to land. And now the latest issue that took them out of Okumagbe, although the king of Iviukwe never left again until he died, was the eternal issue within the Ozekhome family, which was not supposed to be used to rubbish the setup at Iviukwe. If the Ozekhome family has an eternal issue, they should sort it out. There is nowhere you do not have issues. And as we speak, Usagwe Club is a respected member in a respected club in Wepa and Wano Kingdom.
Thank you.
The people have been calling for a committee to look into this matter. It was yesterday, a committee has been set up to look at this matter. We are ready to face the committee and tell the truth, because I am a man of truth. I support nobody. I'm a non-allied person. I only align with the truth. And the truth must be said so that the devil can be shamed.
I just want to ask one simple question. From all your findings, can you hear me?
Go ahead. We are hearing you.
Can you hear me?
We are hearing you, sir. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Can the person speaking hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Are you hearing me? The speaker?
Yes, we can.
In all your findings, in all the sharing of the money, in all your findings, in all the sharing of the money, did you ever see anywhere or hear anywhere that I, Mike Ozekhome, senior advocate of Nigeria, shared a kobo of Dangote money?
Well, I did not hear. I did not hear. Just like I was not given my father's oath, so I know that you were not given. You said you rejected what was earmarked for you. You rejected it because at the time you were building different things in the village, such as a primary school, before the police station, the stadium, and everything you were building. So what was the 100,000, 200,000 that was being given to you, going to mean to you? You see, this is where I have problem with these people. You know, so if a man has worked hard to earn his respect among nations, we shouldn't rubbish it. I am not saying if the court says, yes, Royal Chief Ozekhome was part of those who sold the land, then let the court pronounce that. Not for you to go to court and you'll be prejudicial.
Maybe you came to the program. Maybe you came to the program late. I'm now telling you that no land of Iviukwe, not 1 inch of land of Iviukwe has been sold. The same government in charge of land has said so. The document is there. Anybody can walk up to their office on Sapele Road, Edogis. They will find the documents that Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe. It is so clear. You cannot use oral bad mountain to vary a written document by the same government that they are saying issued a non-existent forged C.O. of 2013 without a number. The same government in 2020, December 14, in a written version. Can you say a government is afraid to say, yes, I own this land, I gave it out? The same government said, no, I did not give out land to Dangote. Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe. In a sane society, in a decent society, among decent people do not want to pull others down. That letter from the government, which they themselves are gone and learned confidentially to find out, should be the end of this simulated crisis. They just simulate crisis for nothing. Nobody, Dangote does not have a piece of land in Iviukwe. It's clear. It's there. It is the same owners of the land that are still farming on the lands, using them to farm cashew, using them to sell. Like I said again and again here, a member of the Ozekhome family, and I have the written agreement, actually got some of the people to sell to me between 8 and 12 plots of land in 2020. And because the lands are free, it is still the owners that are selling them, that are farming on them. Dangote has never come back to Iviukwe in 2013 to say we have land here. They know the truth because they feel that the truth works very slowly. And that lies move very fast. But they forget that one day, as we are now seeing, lies will be rendered bare and naked. And the truth that walks slowly like a tortoise will overtake lies.
Thank you, sir.
That is the position. Dangote does not have land in Iviukwe.
Let me move on to Mr. Akin, my team. Mr. Akin, please, just if you can make it quick, within the space of 1 minute and 2 minutes to ask your question. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, I will. Thank you very much, Niger Watch. I just want to apologize to every one of you. I've been battling with my device. That's why I've been coming in and out of the program. Good afternoon to everybody on the platform. Good afternoon to Chief Mike Ozekhome, SAN. We appreciate your presence with us this afternoon. I know the issues regarding the land matters is basically an issue to do with documentation. And I believe that with the right documentation in the right places, this whole matter will be resolved. But my main question to you, sir, is because as a fan of yours, somebody who has over time admire your work when it comes to fighting against injustice, when it comes to fighting for human rights. I follow you very well, and recently when you joined the Nnamdi Kanu's team to fight against the illegal detention by the Nigerian government. So I'm someone who really love what you're doing. But my main issue on this matter is that we saw on the video how a young man was treated like an animal by the Nigerian police force, the security agency that was supposed to protect Nigerians, are not treating Nigerians like as if we are worthless. And my question to you: what part did you play in that situation occurring? And if you didn't play any part in that situation occurring, I haven't really heard you condemn the actions of the police. Regardless of what crime anybody might have committed, nobody deserves to be treated that way. So I would like to hear from your side what actions or what part did you play? Were you part of the team that asked the police officers to institute an arrest against those people? And if that was the case, do you condone such actions against any Nigerian citizen being tied as if there are some, as if it's a cow and beaten up as if he doesn't have any humanity in him? Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, a very good question. Thank you. Let me say this straight away. Any day, I condemn any barbaric treatment to anybody, whether a member of my community or non-community. I handle a lot of cases pro bono for people who have been ill-treated. I am one of the founders, by the grace of God, of the first.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him right there. We lost him right there. All right, people, I can't believe that we are still here 2 hours, and we have some questions. We are going to take 2 or 3 questions from the comment section as well. But Mr. Mike needs to be here for our questions to be passed to you all, to be passed on to him, I mean. So please, Mr. Akim, you need to be patient. Let's see if we can have him back. Let me see who have not contributed. Mr. Ade James, please talk to us in 1 minute. You have been unmuted. Go ahead, sir. Where are you joining us from?
Oh, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. I am Comrade Issa James Adidi.
Network.
Saw myself come into this world as a who would always, irrespective of.
All right. We are struggling to hear you, Mr. Adide. We can't hear you at all.
I reside in Benin.
Yes, but your network is not friendly.
I said I am calling from Benin.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay. I said I work. I am Issa James Adidi. I am from Iviukwe community. Though I am not going to dwell on the issue of Dangote for too much, because when this issue of Dangote began, those who were in the cities, who actually know how issues of this magnitude are being handled, came down home, and they wanted to kind of, impute their experiences. But this same group of people came out to say, if you know it is no longer good in your life is no longer pleasant in the city, you better come and stay with us at home, so that we know that you are with us at home. And that will be the only, ticket to be a member of the committee. So majority of the people, even those on their side, and some of us who are neutral, and some of, I wouldn't know, everybody left them alone. The truth is that my land, my father's land, is not part of that land. And the Iviukwe community does not have a communal land. What you call, this is for the community. The lands they are talking about belongs to individuals. And as such, when money was brought for the cash crops, the money was shared among them. And some of us didn't ask. We were not given. So we didn't really care. You understand? But we were listening to all the things that were happening. So I think they took the issue to the court, that the money that was brought was not well shared, that Akumagbe took part of the money. And I think some of us who are actually, educated.
All right, we are struggling with network here.
Knows that when a case is in court, You shouldn't double give judgment on such issues. So we stay cleared. There has been so many other things. We are some of those who knew Royal High Chief Mike Ozekhome because we grew up from that community. I was benefited from his scholarship while I was in secondary school. That is about 30-something years ago. So as the best student in my class. So there were some other persons. Some of other people are benefited as well, and there are some of those fighting him today. The truth is that I want to pray for those who are according this program. May you not come across a community. I'm going to reserve some words, please. I wouldn't know it's my community, you like it or not. But I would say, may your community not hate you the way my community will hate somebody. Yeah. Once they hate you, even if you cook food for them every day, the hatred will aggravate. That is, when they hate you, there is nothing you do that pleases them. This issue many a time, imagine a assistant director or a deputy director in CBN, a person of that caliber is drawing away from people. Because when other people have such people in the community, people like Ozekhome, they reference them, they rally around them. And these people have been the one, doing one or two projects in the community. And I am shocked. As I am here, sir, that I shouldn't speak the truth. You have seen me go out of go offline and online. They are using my sister and my daughter to call me not to talk. That is the extent these people could go. Once they see, okay, sir, excuse me, sir, just a word. Now, at my level, sir. Wait, sir. At my level, sir. If somebody has not offended me and you want me to join you to become the person's enemy, and I accept, there are some of the boys that are accompanying them who they have cowed into destruction of people's houses, who they are cowed and woo them to their side with Igbo, with all manners of things, with bands. If you don't follow us, they will no longer buy market from you. They cowed some women like that, cowed some youth, and so many other things. I can't be part to any form of injustice. Never, never, and never.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time. I would like, please, excuse me, sir. Mr. Chief Johnson, I don't know why you have so much noise in every area you are joining from. Please, it's distracting the broadcast, please. We have our Chief Mike back again. There was a question you were trying to answer earlier on over our Edo brother that were tied like a cow yesterday. That question was from my team. Please just answer that one in 2 minutes. I don't want it to take it so long because we don't have time anymore.
Very quickly, I'll be having issues here with my laptop on and off. You can see that even my background has changed from the original ones. So I'm running helter-skelter. The question I was answering is that as a human rights activist who helped to found the first human rights body, Civil Liberties Organization, on the 15th of October 1987, I do not subscribe to human rights violations, and I fight them across the whole world, anywhere I see them. I do not have a hand in the police action. I do not control the police. I do not control the military.
Okay. The network is really affecting right now. I think
I'm not a member of the Nigerian police force. And I think that
Okay. All right, people, network is a problem right now. We need to round up now, but because unfortunately, more questions on the comment section cannot be passed because we are taking too much time here, and the network is not really allowing us to do this. You know,
that very question,
I'm not even sure he's aware that this network is hindering his speech right now. We can't hear you, sir. We can't hear you at all. All right, let me go to Man of Bendel. Just Man of Bendel, my brother, please talk to us, you know, in 2 minutes. What's your take in all this? It would have been much better if Mr. Mike was here, but just talk to us because we are rounding up now.
Okay. Very good afternoon to everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. First, I want to thank brother, the senior advocate of Nigeria, Mr. Mike. He has done very well, very, very well to come to this level, to exonerate himself, to speak like he has spoken. You know, he has respected, he has shown respect to every Edo man on the face of this earth to come before the world to speak like this in a matter like this. I really praise him. May God bless him. I don't know what is going on, but the way he has expressed himself today and the way he has carried himself, not so many Nigerians at his level will do this. I drop my heart for him. He is a good man. He's a very good man. I don't know him, but I've followed the story so far, and I think we should, by all means, encourage people like this in our state, in our community, to be part of the development programs in and around Edo State. All communities should have persons like this so that very easily our people, the big ones, those ones who think they are God, we also see that there are other ways of seeing oneself, even when you are so blessed. He's a very good example. Apart from that, I want to beg the community, those people who are after him or those behind this smear, to at least understand that there are other people in this world. That is, there are people watching, and people can see between the lines that they should at least respect this man. He's somebody that has come out of that community and he's carrying the flag of that community. And they should find a way, like our brother Lefty said before, to solve this problem internally so that we don't carry any kind of bad blood ahead. You know, this is a very important statesman in Edo State. Not just important, this is a grand advocate for us. So we cannot let anybody, he doesn't only belong to that community, he belongs to all of us. So we should also find a way to address those people trying to destroy his name, to desist from it, because it's not going to bring anything to them and it will not help anybody in the future. So I just rest it like that. I hope he's listening to me. Sir, if you are there, may God bless you and all of your work. I've never met you before, but I listened to some of your renderings, and we are all very proud of you. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Man Bedell. Before we move on, let me quickly respond to a comment on the comment section, although my team have responded to that, from Peter Ozekhome. Peter Ozekhome, I'm surprised you are speaking like this. You got your time yesterday with your team, and I don't know why you are responding that on the comment section that this broadcast was arranged. I don't understand. I don't even know anybody here apart from Mr. Mike, in Pocket of Nigeria. That's the only person I know here, and my own team. I don't know what. In case you don't know us, please do your research about this media. Right? We are totally against land grabbing. In case whatever you are watching right now, you are not happy with it, you can counter it by bringing your own evidence. Because Mr. Mike came with a lot of evidence right now. The only thing I received from you is evidence how you were sending money to the CP so far. Of course, the door is open for you, but please don't write such thing on the comment section. We don't practice nepotism here. All right. If you know us very well, you know that we are fighting land grabbing we don't look anyone's faces. Okay, so let's move on. I want there was a question today, sir. 1 minute now you can use to address this. Chief Mike, please address that same question you were addressing. Over our brother that were tied like a cow yesterday. Please just use only 1 minute to address this.
Yes,
we have more questions.
1 minute to address it.
Yes.
1 minute to address it. Whether it was my brother or not, I condemn in very strong terms, in the strongest terms possible. The side up. You could use handcuffs or leg chains if a person was violent, but not to see a person being tied. I condemn that action in the strongest words possible that I can muster. Whether he's my brother, he's not my brother. I do not believe in degrading and inhuman treatment to any person alive. I want to assure you, Elvis, I'm legit, I'm legitimate, I'm genuine. But like I always say, if you want me anytime to help you fight land grabbing, not only in Edo State, in any part of the country, I'm ready to join in the crusade. I do not believe that indigenous lands should be taken away by people because they are rich. If I had found out, Michael Ozekhome, that Dangote was trying to take an inch of Iviukwe land, because the constitution says even the government, when you want to give out the land, you must allow the people to enter and determine their interests and pay them adequate compensation. If I had found out that that is the situation, I will fight Dangote group of companies to the hilt on behalf of my community, just as I'm fighting them and Boa Cement and other companies on behalf of other communities. So my community would have even be prime, not relegated. But I can assure you, not an inch of Iviukwe land has been ceded to Dangote group of company. I can say that as a Christian, as a lawyer, as a senior advocate of Nigeria, as a human rights activist. But I will also want you people to please give an opportunity also to the police. Like I said, I'm not involved. I'm not a party. I didn't invite them. People cooperate to the police whose houses were destroyed. I wasn't one of them. So I cannot be a party. But also, as you have done for me today now, which has enabled the whole world to listen to my own side, a coin must have two sides. A one-sided coin is a bad tender. So you should try and also see how you can get across to the police to explain their own side of the issue. But like I said, I condemn such treatment unequivocally, unambiguously.
You mentioning the police. What are you doing about that to make sure that it's released?
Sorry?
Are you aware an 80-year-old man from that same community is in prison right now?
Well, they didn't call me as their lawyers. I'm told that they have gotten their lawyers to fight the matter for them. In law, it is professionally unethical for me to go and jump into a case I've not been called into. I learned they have hired other lawyers. They know I'm here, but wrongly, erroneously, and may God forgive them, they believe that I should have a hand in the detention of anybody. Look at my hands. I will never do that. Not in my life. Not before now, not tomorrow. I'm already 64 years old. So the grave is nearer me now than my credo, where I'm coming from? Why will I have a hand in detention of a person, not to talk of a brother of mine? It is a life from the pit of hell. I can never, ever, ever in my life. Never.
Okay.
So I learned they hired a team of lawyers. I believe that the lawyers can do a good job. If they had hired me, I would fight the case for them as I fought for people who are not even members of my family. But where you have not called me, and you felt that I'm there, but you don't need me, you want other lawyers, I cannot.
Thank you, sir.
That's what I can say to that.
Thank you very much, sir. We need to round up right now. I want to appreciate you so much for your humility, for listening to us, for coming on air to clear the air on our media, Naija Watch Media. I'm very, very grateful for that. With your kind of personality, many, if we have to compare in comparison, many in your position wouldn't want to do this. That is one of the biggest problems that we have in Nigeria: pride.
Yeah, pride.
Yes.
Which God says comes before a downfall. How can I story of grass to grace, story of zero to hero, nothing to something? How can I ever show pride? God will destroy me immediately if I show pride. And I'm talking to Edolites. Edo people, as far as I'm concerned, are the greatest race in the whole country, in the world. I'm so proud to be a man of Edoid pedigree. And I'm proud of you all. You are all doing great. You are all abroad, sending money to our people to develop our land, to help out even from the little you are making or from the big ones you are making. God will bless all of you. God will prosper all of you. God will continue to make you grow from strength to strength. Use your money wisely, as most of you are doing. Building our communities. Don't use your money as some of those people you saw yesterday on the scene are doing, using their money to destroy their community, to cause crisis, to ignite crisis, to set people to go and burn down people's houses and go and destroy people's houses. Don't use your money. Don't ever encourage it. Condemn such people in very strong words, very strong and unmistakable words. And God bless all of you. God bless me. God bless God bless Nigeria. God bless this Edigin handling this program.
Thank you very much, sir. Before I let you go, I'm still going to take 1 minute of your time because I have one of our team here. Israel Asemota is one of our team, just came in right now. Although he was actually saying on the comment section how you're going to join Naija Watch to find land grabbing, but I would like you to hear from him. Israel, unmute yourself and talk to us in only 1 minute. Go straight to the point.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon, Mr. San. I'm very happy that you joined us today, and I'm so proud of you, what you've demonstrated today. I'm very happy that we all are here as Edolites, as concerned citizens. Please, sir, as you said, you were going to fight, you're going to join us to fight land grabbing. Please, we want you to work with us. We are very much happy to hear you say that. Sir, also,
I will join you.
Okay, sir, we are also pleading as concerned citizen, as a senior advocate of Nigeria, by the special grace of God, you are one of the judiciary, part of the judiciary system in Nigeria. Please, sir, with all due respect, as a Christian, you say, let's see our brothers, let's be our brother's keeper. Whatever that has happened within your family and that has metamorphosed into the community, the Iviukwe community, please, sir, have it in your heart to use your power to bring peace and tranquility to the same concerned citizen of Iviukwe community. Please, we are on our knees because what happened yesterday from the video, somebody was humiliated like that. Please, as a member of that community, with your reputation, let's try and see where dialogue and negotiation can take place. Sir, can you assure us, as Edo citizens, as Nigerians, as concerned Nigerians, that you will do that with your power to ensure that peace come back to Iviukwe community? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, a very good question, and God bless you, Asemota. Let me tell you, there's an error there. The problem within my family started only in August last year, when I wrote them a letter on our family platform that they should allow my late elder brother's will in his own handwriting to prevail. Let nobody change it. That was the offense they said I committed. But I want to tell you that there were already crises in the community. Like I told you, since the last 7-8 years, when they took Okumagbe, Dangote, and the Edo State government to court, they never brought me in. They hired other lawyers. I advised against it. Even right now, I'm still ready. Anybody that brings peace, I learned through Sagbe Club of Nigeria, the early club of Wepawanu Kingdoms, was a past between the year 2000 and 2002 at a very youthful age. I learned they have set up a committee. I want to assure you that because the family members we are talking about, they don't want to talk to me. There's anyone who talks to me that they will find the person. They have fined the person 50,000 naira and a carton of beer. Even one of them spearheaded the fight against me. They don't work with me in one of my hotels in Benin. The daughter works with me. And they said they have also ostracized her for working with me in my hotel, for not joining them in their evil plans against me. So any member of the family, in all the branches of the family, it is only 3 branches doing all this. In a family of more than 8 branches, only 3 are doing this. They said they shouldn't talk to me. Anybody who talks to me has committed an offense, that they have fined my enemy, not me, 25 million naira. I've never heard of such abomination, such profanity, that the enemy of my wife has been fined 10 million naira with a goat. I've never heard of such abomination, profanity, that my late brother's widow, who is struggling to eat through her sweat, me training the children as I've done for all of them and all their children, that they find out 500,000 naira. So it is good that an independent body that has come in now actually takes over the peace process. But I want to assure you from the bottom of my heart, as a Christian, a Catholic, a 4th degree knight of the Order of St. Mulumba, KSN, who will want to see the face of God when I drop dead at his own choosing time, I want to assure you that any peace process they bring about, I will be there to honor it, to nurture it, to make it work, so that there will be lasting peace in the community. Like I said before, you can win a war without winning the peace, but it has to be genuine peace, peace imbued with egalitarianism, with social justice, with mutual respect, with mutual tolerance, not with a tyrannical minority lording it over the majority of the people because they can send some money from abroad to terrorize a community they have never contributed one single thing to. And then you want to now rubbish a person like me that has had my imprimatur, my signature on every single project in that community, either doing it 100% or contributing between 50 and 95%. You say you now want to rubbish me. Why is it the only one rising? I haven't told anybody to rise. I'll be helping all of you. I've never been in government. I'm not a politician. I've never asked you for votes. I'm just an entrepreneur, a lawyer that God has blessed. But I'm using that God-given blessings to help all of you. And you are now again fighting me for helping the community, saying, oh, maybe he wants to be the only shining star. He wants to be the person to come out alone. How? When I'm helping you, when I'm sending you abroad, when I'm training you, when I'm empowering you. How will I have not stopped you from moving on, but you now want to stop me from moving on according to God's own credo. It is not possible. Not yesterday, not today, not tomorrow. I am a child of God. I'm Psalm 105, verse 15. Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. I am that Psalm 105, verse 15. Let them not try to bring me down. I have done nothing wrong to them. I am an innocent person. They're putting the innocent person. They are putting the wrong person in the dock. Let them calm down. JJ, calm down. JJ, and let us bring peace to that community to which I'm ready to contribute so that we can all have peace and everybody can sleep with two eyes closed. I bless all of you, Edolites. I bless you, Edigi. That's what see this program. That God will bless all of you.
Amen.
And bless me too.
Amen.
For looking for peace for our various communities and trying to ward away land grabbers. Land grabbing to me is not just an offense against the community, it's a crime against humanity and against God. Anywhere I see it, mind you, I'm fighting it all over Nigeria. I have cases in other states. I have more than 28 of them. Men to take a poor man's land, or the government department or the government trying to take poor people. Some of the cases I handle their pro bono because fighting injustice is in my DNA. It is a part of my life. It is when I don't fight injustice that I can't sleep. But when I fight injustice and defeat impunity and inhumanity to man, I become a happy person. That is how Nnamdi Kanu invited me to come into his case and become the leader of that team. And since I came in, by the grace of God, he has chosen me as a person to change the narrative. I can do that for the individuals, for other people. Why not my community? I am ready for peace. By the grace of God, I want peace in my community.
Thank you very much, sir. We really do appreciate your time with us today. I cannot believe that you spent 2 hours, 32 minutes. In fact, I conversed with you. You actually told me that we are going to be doing this within 30 to 40 minutes. But I'm surprised you stay up to almost 3 hours. I want to thank your humility. Thank you. I just want you to continue like this because I wish we have more of you in this manner. You know, I think Nigerians, we all will be happy. I appreciate you so much. Like my team actually said earlier on, any way you know you can create peace within your community, that will be our joy. You know, but our platform is still open for anybody who think that whatever that happens here today, you want to counter it. If you have your evidence, that's not a problem. Let us know. Send everything to our WhatsApp number. That's fine. Mr. Mike, Chief Mike Ozekhome, send us a lot of evidences which I've displayed today. If you have anything that you can use in countering that, why not? We don't practice nepotism here. We don't practice sentimentality here. We are straightforward. That's what this channel is known for. If you look at the comment section, you will see 99.9% of those that is commenting on the comment section is full of love. If you see 99.9% of those that is commenting on the comment section is giving Nigeria Watch credit. Listen, I cannot bribe everyone. That's one thing we all must understand. You can't bribe. We have over 500. The time was 600 watching us across all our social media platforms. We have over 2 million followers across all our social media platforms. I've seen some of the comments displayed on your screen. We cannot bribe everybody. Exactly.
I thank you people for those comments. I'm grateful.
Thank you. We can't bribe everybody and say, come, I'm trying to do this. We've said it over and over again. If you have any secret about us, expose us. In fact, expose us on air. We don't have anything to hide. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you very much, sir. Every one of you joined us on the panel. I want to appreciate you all. Thank you so much. For those of you that could not have the opportunity to contribute to this program, please understand with us. Even though you can see that we're already almost 3 hours, you know, what about if everybody were given time to contribute, or we pass all the comments, all the questions in the comment section, then I end up spending 4 hours here. Thank you very much. I will say, everybody, have a good evening. Thank you very much, Donny Sede. I see your comment and I see your contribution. God bless you. Appreciate every one of you. Have a good evening to you all. Happy Sunday and happy new week ahead. Bye for now.
I'm not doing it.